Hello, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Samantha Lazarus Oluwa Pelumi. In today's video, I will be talking about the 4 ways in which you can improve your pronunciation acumen, which also means your pronunciation skills. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and share this video and also react to this video. In today's video, we will be learning the basic tips or ways that you can use to improve your English pronunciation skills. So what is the pronunciation? Pronunciation in the English language means the way in which a word is accentuated, that is, in which a word is pronounced. Pronunciation is defined as how you say a word. The way in which you say a word out is what we call pronunciation. How you produce a sound is what we call pronunciation. And for pronunciation to take place, there are some organs needed. For pronunciation and speech production to take place, there are some organs needed. We call these organs the speech organs. Example, the lungs, the nose, the mouth, the larynx, the trachea, etc. I am not here to talk to you about that for today, but I just want to bring it to your notice. So the sounds produced with the nose are called the nasal sound. So moving on, we have the ways to improve your English pronunciation. The first way I have here is to break down big words into syllables. Every word in the English language is made up of syllables. A syllable is a pronunciation unit with a vowel that may also have consonants. If you need to, the basic tip is that when you want to pronounce a word, don't just pronounce it together. Displayed in the screen are the vowel sounds in the English language: A, E, I, O, U. Or the vowel alphabet rather. I wouldn't say the sounds because sounds are quite different from the alphabets. The vowel sounds are much more than these, but talking about the vowel alphabet, we have A, E, I, O, U, and we have 21 consonant alphabets. So talking about this, anytime you want to, you can just look into the screen displayed to you the slide I am using. You can just copy down the striking points you can see there. As I was saying, if you want to pronounce a word, you don't just say it. For example, we have a 2-syllabic word, happy. We can't just say hap. No, you have to pronounce it using the syllables. Break it down into syllables so that you could be able to pronounce it without giving you stress. So we have the happy, and for attention we have attention. We have 3 syllables for attention, and we have happy, 2 syllables. So in essence, syllables help you to pronounce your words without stress. Although you might come across stress when you are pronouncing some words, but even at that, it will be easier for you to pronounce. And most English words are about 2 syllables or maybe 3, and the words we use mostly, the words we use every day of our lives are mostly 2 to 3 syllables. So when you encounter bigger words that you're struggling with, please remember that you can always simplify them by breaking them down into syllables. Let's say the word you're having a hard time with is incomprehensible. This is a big word because it has more than 2 syllables, or it has more than 3 syllables. So it might be, when we say something is incomprehensible, it means that thing is impossible to understand, and it has 6 syllables. We have it incomprehensible. So rather than just trying to pronounce the word at once, instead of trying to pronounce the word at once, when you see a word, calm down, try to break it down into syllables before you pronounce it, instead of trying to pronounce it at once. So try speaking the syllables first. Incomprehensible. From doing this, you will sound natural. You can also try this with other words you come across. The second way to improve your pronunciation skill is by choosing an accent and sticking to it. Choose an accent and stick to it. Identify the accent you want to dwell on and stick to it. But as a person, as an English coach, I would advise you to be yourself. An accent is a distinctive way of pronouncing a language, especially one associated with a particular country, area, or social class. So this means every languages, every language has its distinct accent. Every language has its distinct accent. So that means for an Igbo person, the way they speak, by the way they speak, with the way they speak, you will be able to identify them. A Yoruba person, the way he or she speak, you will be able to identify. That's what we call accent. Every language has its specific accent. So it is a way of pronouncing words shared by people of a particular country or region. So you have to, if you want to speak the English language, you can develop an English accent through the natural way or through the intentional way. And I would advise that you try to learn English from your accent. Then with time, you try to learn English by using your accent, learning the grammatical aspect. And with time, you can drift into the pronunciation aspect. When you start to learn the pronunciation aspect, it will be easier for you to speak the language, to pronounce the words correctly. Now, I am not saying you should sound like the Britons or to sound like the Americans. What I'm trying to say is that you should be able to pronounce the words perfectly, pronounce the words correctly. There's a difference between pronouncing a word correctly and to sound like someone else. And you can also develop an accent through the natural way. When I say the natural way, I mean the listening, by listening to people speak the language, and trying to adapt and learn from them. Trying to listen, as you listen, you imitate, you try to speak as them, and through the intentional way, that's the learning. You take up your time to learn. You learn the 44 sounds in English. You learn the different ways to spell words, because every word is unique. Let's take a look at thorough and true. There is a big difference between thorough and true. If you remove this hole here, you have true, and if you add the hole, you have thorough and true. So you cannot say because they sound, they look similar. This one is thorough, this is thorough, this is thorough. No, each word has a distinctive way of the pronunciation. So you have to learn the English pronunciation, you learn the sounds in English, and you learn how each word are synonymous in pronunciation and the way they are different in pronunciation. So now let's take a look at some of the commonly mispronounced words. We have lingerie. Lingerie is a piece of light clothes used by women as underwear or nightwear. It is not lingerie, it is lingerie. I will make this fast as I don't want this video to be long. So please, as you watch this, you can pause and note down the transcription in your journal. So we have a lingerie. We have a lingerie. That is the transcription here. Debris, scattered waste or rubbish. We have debris. It is not debris or debris, depending on what you want to, the aspect you want to stress. We have debris. We have Wednesday. It is not Wednesday, it is Wednesday. You can see it here, Wednesday. Moving on, we have that is silent. That is silent. This is silent. That is why we have it as Wednesday. We're moving on. We have pizza. It's not pizza. It's pizza. We have Tomb, pizza, you can see it here. We have tomb, not tomb, it is tomb. A large vault, typically an underground one that is used for burying the dead. Tomb, tomb. We have restaurant, not restaurant, this is restaurant. The transcription is here. We also have pronunciation, it's not pronunciation, pronunciation. Pronunciation. We have Google, it is not Google, it is Google. Google, the goo in good. Google. Moving on, we have vegetable, it's not vegetable. We have vegetable, vegetable. Moving on, we have debt. Debt in debt is silent, it is debt, not debt. We have women, it is not women, it is women. Village, not village, it is village. Sachet, not sachet. Key, not key. Sword, not sword. Wi-Fi, not Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, we have market, not market. We have target, not target. We have sex, not sex. Sex. We have exact, exact, not exact. We have social, not social. We have receipt, not receipt. We have sweet, not suit. We have death. We have dumb, not dump. Dumb says sachet. Yes, another way you can use to improve yourself is by recording yourself to find your pronunciation weaknesses. Some people, they like to hear the voice being recorded and being played back. So I would also recommend that you listen to yourself the way you speak. I've had many of my students do this during the public speaking class, so you can also do that. It will help you to improve yourself. You know your errors, your mistakes, and you work towards improving them. You read out loud every day to build your jaw muscle strength. Read out loud every day to build your jaw muscle strength. So another way you can use to improve your English language skill is to read out loud. When you read and speak the English language, you are building your muscle strength, your jaw muscle strength. You cannot go to the gym. This is just like your gym.